Christmas decor should feel cozy and personal, not expensive. Today, we're diving into the joy of creating a stunning farmhouse Christmas using what you already have. Get ready to transform everyday materials, from scrap wood to old linens, into gorgeous, rustic holiday accents. This slideshow is packed with inspiration, proving that the most authentic and beautiful decorations are those made by hand and on a low-cost budget. Imagine the satisfaction of turning a fallen tree branch, destined for the burn pile, into a cherished holiday heirloom. Recycled wood slices are the perfect canvas for a farmhouse ornament. The raw, rough-cut edge and the visible tree rings tell a natural story, which you can enhance with a simple touch of white paint, a stamped phrase like joy, or a tiny hand-painted sprig of pine. Finished with a loop of simple jute twine, these ornaments bring an authentic, rustic, woodsy charm to your Christmas tree. They aren't just decorations, they are tiny, tangible reminders of nature and sustainability, proving that the most beautiful things often come from the simplest, most discarded materials. The tiered tray is the centerpiece of farmhouse holiday styling, but buying one can be surprisingly expensive. Why not upcycle instead? Visualize taking two mismatched, dusty metal cake tins or pizza pans from the back of your cupboard and transforming them with a simple coat of matte black or white paint. Connect them using a salvaged candlestick or a piece of scrap wood, and you've created a multi-level display. This tray is now the perfect rustic stage for miniature pine trees, pine cones, and tiny recycled ornaments, effortlessly achieving that sought-after farmhouse coffee bar or hot cocoa station look with $0 spent. A farmhouse mantel demands large, textured stockings, And nothing says rustic like burlap. Look beyond the craft store and find an old feed sack, coffee bean bag, or even inexpensive recycled linen scrap. The beauty of this approach is the texture and the raw, imperfect edges. No need for complicated sewing. Simply cut the basic shape, fold the edges, and use strong fabric glue to secure them. Adorn the top with a plaid ribbon cut from an old shirt or a simple bundle of dried twigs, giving you a cozy, oversized stocking that feels authentic, sustainable, and wonderfully imperfect for holding Santa's treasures. The rustic wood sign is a farmhouse staple, and Repurposed Pallet wood offers the perfect weathered canvas. Imagine the rough planks dismantled, cleaned, and artfully arranged into a single piece. The dents, nail holes, and grain variations are what give it character. You don't need fancy stencils. A simple message like "Merry and Bright," or "Believe" painted freehand in white or black chalk paint, or even stamped with old letter blocks, creates an antique feel. This project is a powerful statement piece that showcases the charm of salvaged materials, instantly bringing a cozy, handmade feel to your living room. Every farmhouse holiday needs a touch of childhood whimsy, and a mason jar snow globe is the perfect fit. Instead of buying new bases, use those empty jars sitting in your pantry. The rustic charm comes from what you put inside. Tiny sprigs of evergreen clipped from your yard, small pine cones, or little ceramic figures saved from old sets. Fill them with water and a dash of glitter for that swirling snow effect. The metal lid, tied with a simple jute bow, frames a tiny winter wonderland, turning a humble jar into a piece of charming, personalized, and low-cost seasonal magic. Building a Christmas village doesn't require expensive ceramics. It requires imagination and recycled cardboard. Collect various sizes of empty shipping or cereal boxes, then cut and shape them into simple house silhouettes. The key to the farmhouse style is the finish. Paint them matte white, then distress the edges with a bit of brown paint or sandpaper to simulate weathered wood or snow-covered stucco. Backlight them with inexpensive battery-operated tea lights. This creates a cozy, glowing cluster that looks stunning on a mantel or windowsill, proving that the most magical holiday decor can be built from trash. For a natural, beautifully scented, and completely compostable decoration, a dried citrus garland is perfect for the farmhouse kitchen. Imagine thin slices of oranges and lemons slowly drying in your oven, the process filling your home with a warm, spicy scent. Once dried, thread them onto a piece of butcher's twine or jute, alternating with natural accents like cinnamon sticks or bay leaves. Hung across a window or draped over a kitchen cabinet, the translucent slices glow with warmth when the light hits them, creating an organic, low-cost garland that brings an authentic, rustic warmth to your holiday space. The front porch wreath should be welcoming and rustic. A rag wreath made from scrap fabric is the ultimate low-cost, textured solution. Gather strips of old flannel, worn linen towels, discarded sheets, or even old plaid shirts in classic Christmas colors: red, black, cream, and green. Tie these strips onto a salvaged wire hanger or an old embroidery hoop. The result is a wonderfully voluminous, cozy wreath that celebrates thriftiness and texture. It instantly softens your doorway and provides a beautiful handmade welcome that captures the cozy, inviting spirit of the farmhouse holiday. A modern tree skirt often detracts from the farmhouse look, while a tree collar hides the stand and adds a rustic foundation. Instead of buying a galvanized tub, repurpose an old wicker or plastic laundry basket. Remove the handles and spray paint a plastic one matte black or white. If it's a wicker basket, leave it as is for a natural rustic look. Simply place your tree stand inside the inverted basket. This ingenious trick transforms an everyday household item into a functional, textured element that perfectly grounds your Christmas tree in the cozy, low-cost farmhouse aesthetic. Gnome decorations are a whimsical way to bring cozy character to your decor, and they are incredibly easy to make from old sweaters or knit scarves you no longer wear. The knit texture instantly reads cozy farmhouse. Cut the sweater sleeves to form the body and use the cuffs for the hats. A small piece of craft fur or even frayed rope can form the beard. The beauty of this project is its charm lies in its simplicity. These little figures, placed on a bookshelf or windowsill, become heartwarming, upcycled accents that feel perfectly handmade and full of holiday cheer. A mantel garland doesn't need to be expensive faux greenery. It can be foraged and beautiful. A pinecone garland is the essence of low-cost, rustic decor. Gather pine cones from your backyard or local park. You can leave them natural, or for a snowy effect, dip the tips in a little white paint. Thread them onto heavy twine or wire, perhaps interspersed with a few wooden beads or dried berries. This natural heavy texture provides a perfect contrast to the smooth surfaces of your mantel and requires virtually no investment, creating a sophisticated farmhouse look that smells and feels authentically wintry. Look at that stack of unused old picture frames in your closet. They're not trash. They're your next piece of farmhouse wall art. Remove the glass, paint the frame a muted color like sage green or distress white, and use the backing board as your canvas. Cover the board with a piece of burlap or linen scrap. Then paint a simple holiday message or stencil on a silhouette of a reindeer. The aged frame instantly elevates the simple interior art, giving you a substantial decorative piece that looks high-end, but was created entirely from materials you were ready to discard. The secret to turning any recycled material, from plastic vases to metal trays, into elegant farmhouse decor is chalk paint. This paint adheres to almost anything and dries to a velvety, matte finish. Imagine transforming a mismatched collection of thrifted candle holders by painting them all the same shade of cream or deep gray. Then, subtly distress the edges with a bit of sandpaper. This technique unifies disparate objects, giving them a cohesive, intentionally aged look that perfectly fits the rustic, low-cost farmhouse style without demanding perfection. We hope these inspiring images have shown you that a beautifully decorated home doesn't require a large investment, just a little creativity. The true magic of the farmhouse Christmas lies in the story of each recycled piece. When you use your hands and your imagination, your decorations gain a warmth and character that simply can't be bought. Thank you for sharing your time and creativity with Freshomz.